Have you ever had a prayer answered? What wouldn't a person give to feel certain that when they pray, something definitive will happen? For this reason, I'd like to explore why some prayers are answered and others seemingly fall on dry ground. When you pray, believe that you have received, and you will receive. Mark 11 verse 24. This key of believing you have already received is the condition imposed on man. Unless we believe we have already received, our prayer will not be answered. The purpose of this video is to show you how to use your imagination to realize each of your desires. Most people are fully aware of the creative power of imagination, but when you discover this creative power within yourself, you will affirm the supremacy of imagination. Today I want to show you how to place your wonderful imagination right into the feeling of your fulfilled desire until you fall into a deep sleep. I speak with the certainty of one who has experienced it firsthand. You will realize every experience of that state in which you fall asleep. Define what you want. What would be there? What would you say to yourself? What would you see? How would you react? And then, in your imagination, begin to see, touch, and do what you should outwardly see, touch, and perform if you were in that situation. The secret is to concentrate the imagination on the feeling of the fulfilled desire and remain there until you fall asleep. There is a big difference between thinking about what you want and thinking from what you want. Where you go in your imagination, you will also go physically afterwards. Persistent imagination focused on the feeling of the fulfilled desire is the secret of all successful circumstances. If someone bought and trusted in a small saint because they didn't know who they should really trust, remember, with God, all things are possible. Reason says you are in this room, that you have a certain amount of money, and that you cannot have more unless you make a physical effort to get it. But you want to have more, don't you? Assume your desire through the feeling of already possessing it in your reality. You can believe in your reality knowing that all things are possible for those who believe. Everything here was once just a believed desire. This building, the clothes you wear, the car you drive, everything was first a desire. And I promise you, if you desire, it will be fulfilled, as all things are possible for those who believe. Let's say you'd like to be in San Francisco now, but you don't have money for such a trip. What can you do? Ignore your present moment and subjectively approach your objective hope by sleeping in San Francisco tonight. When you lie down in your bed, see your world through the eyes of someone who is sleeping in San Francisco. You will physically follow your subjective state that you have appropriated. All things are possible for those who believe, and with God all things are possible. In the world, you have to resort to the external to illuminate your path. You can light a candle, a lamp, or use electricity. But one day you will return inward to discover that you are the light of this world. Then you will know that here is God, the light of infinite love, infinite power, and infinite wisdom. I used the technique of I remember when it was empty. It will be empty, you are implying that it is no longer empty. Then, by exercising your inner sense of vision, hearing, taste, smell, and touch, you can occupy the state and allow that to externalize for you. I tell you, no matter what you have or want to have in this world, all things are possible for those who believe, and with God all things are possible. Isn't God one with those who believe? His name, which is forever, is I Am. If you don't know who is saying this, you are not saying I am. Your name is Nevo or Anderson, you must be conscious before saying I am Nevo or I am Anderson or I am, say your name. For you are conscious of being Anderson before saying I am, before saying the word. All things exist in human imagination, not just good things, but all things. Analyze these words from Deuteronomy, chapter 32, see now that I, even I, am He, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive, I wound, and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Who can kill if not God? And there you can say I killed you, but that is God's name. Your wonderful human imagination has the power to kill and make alive, and there is nothing that can deliver from your hand, for there is no God outside your wonderful human imagination. Paul said, we walk by faith, not by sight. And I say and affirm that it is possible to be anything you want to be, but for that, don't divorce yourself from God. Only by assuming that you are already the person you would like to be can you achieve success. Everything must be imagined first before it can be turned into reality, and that ability to imagine is God. And this works because people believe it works. It's time for man to stop believing in something outside of himself and start believing in his imagination. You shall not make for yourself a carved image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. At this exact moment, you are playing a role. If you don't like it, you can change it. Whatever you want, believe that you have already received it and you will receive it. I'm telling you, you are God and there never was another. You are God. You and I are one because there is only one God. And what you feel deeply is much more important than what you are thinking. You can think about something for a long time and never see it, but when you feel something deeply, you will infallibly see it in your life. God acts through feeling. A deeply felt conviction is much more important than anything you can think. God acts only when you experience the feeling. Cross the door of sleep tonight with the admission that you are already the person you want to be. Look at yourself in the living mirror where you see yourself surrounded by friends and acquaintances who hear about your good news and achievements. See their faces, they are rejoicing because of your good fortune. Now persevere in that consciousness and do not doubt what you saw in that mirror. I tell you from my own experience that this works, but we are the power operating this. It doesn't operate on its own. No moment is holier than another, and no place on earth is more sacred than another. Where you are is the Holy Land, because if you are there, it has to be sacred. After you cover yourself with the feeling of your fulfilled dream, you have to walk with it. You can't go back. Praying is nothing more than a subjective appropriation of an objective hope. You must dress yourself with the feeling of your fulfilled desire and live like that day by day. Dear viewers, do you realize the power you have in your hands? Or rather, in your minds. Imagination is not a game of fantasy without consequences, it is the most powerful tool we possess to create our reality. Let me delve a little deeper into this concept. When we imagine, we are not simply daydreaming, we are creating an energetic mold for our future reality. It's as if we were writing the script of our life, and the universe, faithful to our mental creations, takes charge of manifesting it on the physical plane. But there is a crucial detail that many overlook: the intensity and vividness of our imagination. It's not enough to think superficially about what we desire. We must completely immerse ourselves in the imagined experience, feel it with all our senses, live it as if it were already real. Think of a film director. They don't just write a script and expect the movie to make itself. They immerse themselves in every scene, visualize every detail, feel the emotions of the characters. In the same way, we must be the directors of the movie of our life. Now, I propose an exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and think about your deepest desire. It could be a new house, a dream job, a loving relationship, whatever it may be. But don't limit yourself to thinking about it as something distant. Imagine that you already have it. How do you feel? What do you see around you? What smells do you perceive? What sounds do you hear? Immerse all your senses in this imagined reality. This exercise, practiced regularly and with conviction, has the power to transform your reality. But remember, the key lies in consistency and unwavering faith in the process. Neville Goddard, one of the great masters in this field, used to say, "Imagination creates reality." And he wasn't referring to an abstract or distant reality, but to our everyday, tangible, and concrete reality. Let me share another story that illustrates this principle. I met a young artist who dreamed of exhibiting his works in a famous gallery in New York. Every night, before going to sleep, he imagined himself walking through the gallery, seeing his paintings hanging on the walls, hearing the admiring comments of visitors, feeling the pride and satisfaction of having achieved his dream. He did it with such vividness and conviction that sometimes, upon opening his eyes, he was surprised to find himself in his small apartment and not in the gallery. He maintained this practice for months, without getting discouraged, even when external circumstances seemed not to change. One day, while painting in a park, a man approached to admire his work. It turned out to be an art curator who was looking for new talents for an exhibition, in the same gallery that the young man had been visualizing. You can imagine the outcome. 6 months later, his paintings were hanging exactly where he had imagined them so many times. This story teaches us several important lessons. First, persistence. The young man didn't give up, even when he didn't see immediate results. Second, the vividness of his imagination. He didn't limit himself to vaguely wishing to exhibit in a gallery, but created a complete experience in his mind. And third, inspired action. He continued painting, improving his art, putting himself in situations where he could be discovered. Because, and this is crucial to understand, imagination is not a substitute for action, but its perfect complement. When we vividly imagine, we are tuning our mind and our energies to our desire. This naturally leads us to take actions aligned with that desire, to recognize opportunities we would have previously overlooked, to be in the right place at the right time. Now, it's possible that some of you are thinking, this sounds good, but my situation is different. I have real problems, concrete obstacles. And I understand you. Life can present us with challenges that seem insurmountable. But I ask you, what do you have to lose by trying? Imagine for a moment that you dedicate the next 30 days to practicing this technique. Every night, before going to sleep, you completely immerse yourself in the reality of your fulfilled desire. You live it, you feel it, you experience it in your imagination with all the intensity possible. What's the worst that could happen? That nothing changes? You would be exactly where you are now. But what if it works? What if, as in the stories I've told you, your reality begins to align with your imagination? The power of the human mind is vastly superior to what most of us believe. Scientists, philosophers, and mystics have explored its depths for centuries, and we are still discovering new facets of its potential. Imagination, far from being a mere escape from reality, is a tool for creating reality. William Blake, the visionary poet and artist, once said, "What is now proved was once only imagined." Think about that for a moment. Every invention, every work of art, every advance of humanity, began as an image in someone's mind. Someone who dared to imagine something that didn't yet exist and then worked to make it a reality. You have that same creative power within you. No matter what your current situation is, you have the ability to imagine and, therefore, to create a different reality. But remember, effective imagination is not passive fantasy. It is an active and vivid immersion in the desired experience. So I challenge you, choose a desire, something you really want to manifest in your life. It can be big or small, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it's something that really excites you. For the next 30 days, before going to sleep, dedicate at least 10 minutes to completely immerse yourself in the reality of that fulfilled desire. Live it in your imagination with all your senses. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the satisfaction of having achieved it. And during the day, maintain that feeling of "I already have it" as much as you can. Don't worry about the how. Your job is to keep the vision and the feeling alive. The universe will take care of the details. Remember, you are participating in a powerful experiment. You are testing your ability to create your reality. Keep a journal of your experiences, of the changes you notice, of the coincidences that start to occur. And above all, have fun with this. Creation should be an act of joy, not stress or anxiety. Enjoy the process of being the creators of your own reality. In conclusion, dear viewers, you have in your hands, or rather, in your minds, a tool of incalculable power. Imagination, when used correctly, is the key to unlocking a life of abundance, joy, and fulfillment. Don't underestimate the power of your thoughts and mental images. Every day, with every thought, you are shaping your future. So choose wisely what to focus your attention on. Cultivate mental images that inspire you, that elevate you, that bring you closer to your dreams. And always remember, you are not limited by your current circumstances. You are limited only by your imagination and your willingness to believe in what you imagine. So imagine big, believe with conviction, and live each day as if your dreams were already reality. As Neville Goddard said, man moves in a world that is nothing more or less than his objectified consciousness. You are the creators of your reality. Every thought, every feeling, every mental image you hold is a seed planted in the garden of your life. Nurture it, nourish it, and you will see how it blossoms into the reality you desire. I invite you to start today. Don't wait for circumstances to be perfect. Don't wait to have more time, more money, or more resources. The moment is now. Your power is now. Your imagination is ready to be used now. Fill your chalice of abundance with the highest thoughts, the noblest feelings, and the most inspiring images you can conceive. And then, with unwavering faith, drink from that chalice every day. Let that imagined abundance become the very essence of your being. And as you advance on this journey of discovery and creation, remember that you are not alone. Every person who has achieved something great in the history of humanity has used this same power. You are following in the footsteps of the great dreamers and creators who have shaped our world. So leave here today with a new understanding of your innate power. Leave with the determination to use your imagination consciously and deliberately. Leave knowing that you have the ability to create the life you desire. And the next time you look in the mirror, remember, you are looking at the creator of your reality. You are looking at a divine being with the power to shape your world. You are looking at someone who deserves all the good that life has to offer. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for opening your minds and hearts to these powerful truths. And thank you for being part of this movement of consciousness that is transforming our world, one imagination at a time. May your dreams be big, may your faith be strong, and may your imagination be limitless. Until our next encounter, keep creating, keep believing, and keep being the best version of yourselves. Remember, you are the authors of your story. Write a wonderful story. A story of success, of love, of abundance, and of fulfillment. A story that inspires others and leaves a positive mark on the world. The chalice of abundance is in your hands. Fill it with your most precious dreams and drink from it every day. The life you imagine is waiting for you to create it. Go ahead, the power is yours. To further enhance our understanding and application of the power of imagination, let's explore two additional subtopics that are closely related to the core message. The role of emotional intensity in imagination. While we've discussed the importance of vivid visualization, it's crucial to delve deeper into the role of emotional intensity in the imaginative process. The strength and depth of the emotions you associate with your imagined scenarios can significantly impact the speed and effectiveness of your manifestation. When you engage in imaginative exercises, it's not enough to simply create mental pictures. You need to feel the emotions associated with your desired reality as if it were already true. The more intense and real the emotion, the more powerful the impact on your subconscious mind and, consequently, on your reality. To increase emotional intensity in your imaginative practice, use all your senses in your visualizations. Don't just see your desire, hear, smell, taste, and touch it in your mind. Practice emotional memory. Recall a time when you felt extremely happy, confident, or successful, and channel that feeling into your imagined scenarios. Use physical gestures or movements that align with your desired state to enhance the emotional experience. Create a vision board or use other visual aids that evoke strong positive emotions related to your desire. Remember, the goal is to make your imagined scenarios so vivid and emotionally charged that your body begins to believe it's already experiencing your desire. This alignment of thought, emotion, and physical sensation creates a powerful magnetic force that attracts your desires into your reality. The concept of living in the end. Another crucial aspect of effective imagination is the concept of living in the end, a principle often emphasized by Neville Goddard. This idea goes beyond simple visualization and involves fully embodying the state of having already achieved your desire. Living in the end means adopting the thoughts, feelings, and behaviors of the person who has already realized their desire. It's about creating such a vivid and convincing inner experience of your desired reality that your subconscious mind accepts it as true. To practice living in the end. Throughout your day, ask yourself, how would I think, feel, and act if my desire were already fulfilled? Make decisions from the perspective of already having what you desire. For example, if you're manifesting financial abundance, make choices as if money were no object. Speak and think in the present tense about your desire. Instead of saying "I will be successful," say "I am successful." Surround yourself with elements that reflect your desired reality. If you're manifesting a new career, start dressing the part or decorating your space to align with that career. Living in the end is powerful because it aligns your entire being, thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desire. This alignment creates a strong resonance that the universe must respond to, bringing your desire into physical manifestation. By incorporating these concepts of emotional intensity and living in the end into your imaginative practice, you can significantly enhance its effectiveness. Remember, imagination is both an art and a science. It requires practice, patience, and a willingness to explore and refine your approach. As you continue on your journey of harnessing the power of imagination, stay curious and open to new insights and techniques. Every person's path is unique, and what works best for you may be a combination of different approaches. Trust your intuition, stay committed to your practice, and remain open to the magic and wonder of the universe. Your ability to create the life of your dreams through imagination is limitless. Embrace this journey with joy and excitement, knowing that you're aligning with the infinite possibilities that await you. The universe is conspiring in your favor, ready to bring your desires to fruition in ways more beautiful and abundant than you can imagine. Remember, you are the creator of your reality. With consistent practice of these imaginative techniques, unwavering faith, and inspired action, you can manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams. Trust in the process, stay committed to your vision, and watch as the universe aligns to bring your desires into physical form. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the power of imagination. May your journey be filled with wonder, growth, and the realization of your deepest desires. Until next time, keep imagining, keep believing, and keep creating the life of your dreams. As we conclude this video, I want to leave you with one final thought. The power of imagination is not just about manifesting material desires or personal achievements. It's about recognizing your true nature as a creative being, as an extension of the divine creative force that shapes the universe. When you tap into this power, you're not just changing your external circumstances. You're evolving as a person, expanding your consciousness, and aligning yourself with the infinite potential of the universe. This is the true gift of imagination. It's a pathway to self-realization and spiritual growth. So as you go forth from here, remember that every time you use your imagination consciously and purposefully, you're not just creating your reality. You're participating in the grand creative process of the universe. You're fulfilling your role as a co-creator with the divine. Embrace this power with reverence and responsibility. Use it not just for personal gain, but for the betterment of all. Imagine a world of peace, of love, of abundance for all. Because as you elevate your own consciousness through the power of imagination, you contribute to the elevation of collective consciousness. Thank you for being part of this journey. Thank you for opening your minds and hearts to these profound truths. And thank you for the positive impact you'll make in the world as you harness the incredible power of your imagination. Until we meet again, may your imagination be boundless, your faith unshakable, and your reality a reflection of your highest dreams. Go forth and create, for you are the master of your destiny, the author of your story, the creator of your world. The power is yours. Use it wisely, use it joyfully, and watch as miracles unfold in your life. Goodbye for now. And remember, in the realm of imagination, all things are possible. Dream big, believe deeply, and live fully. The world is waiting for the unique magic that only you can bring. So go out there and shine your light brightly. The universe is eagerly awaiting your next creation.